Hi, welcome to Quirky Queen's Journals. My name's Kirsten. I have been trying to make some Christmas papers just to use for different things. This one had some collage on it, so did that one. So they're quite thick, so they're more your kind of looking at Christmas cards and tags. These are thin because it's just paint on top of the book page. So they could be used like to stick onto plain, something plain to embellish it. So all we're using is, where are you? Old book pages out of books that we don't want. You probably do want to use glossy papers because they're just going to be a bit sturdier to take the paint. Also with these, as you can see here, you can see a lot of the words through. So I am thinking I would maybe either use a Christmas storybook page, whereas when the words show through, that's fine. Or I'm going to put a layer of white paint over it. So I'm using acrylic paints for this and stencils. And that is all. And we shall make some lovely Christmas stuff. A glue, some sort of glue and a ruler. The glue is just if you do want to back it onto like coloured paper or Amazon packaging, or even another nice book page, you know, where it's got a nice coloured background, or you know, it's a really nice font, the words. So what I was thinking was, I was thinking we could make 2 cards and 3 gift tags on each of these. So I'm just going to divide it in half. Now it doesn't matter what size your page is. My page is 28 roughly, so that's like 14 is halfway. And then it's roughly 21, so that's about 10 and a half. So for the cards, ideally I should really measure 10 and a half here to be straight. I put the other sheet underneath so the score lines would be there. Now for this we need to divide it into 3. You could even divide it into 4 actually. Will we do that? We'll go into 4. So 10 and a half, 5 and a quarter. 50 quarters. 5 and a quarter. Nope, 5 and a quarter. There. 10 and a half. 15 and 3/4. Just, you don't even need to make all these the same size. I'm just, I don't even remember what one was. I do. It's this one. They don't even need to all be the same size. You could even do that again and make it 8 tags, 8 square ones. But we'll stick with this. And then I'm just going to do the same to the other sheet. If you've got gesso, you could use that, but I'm just wanting to cover this up. And I'd rather make it as well so that not everybody's got gesso. Some people only do crafts at Christmas. Oh, they're making a mess already and I'm only on phase 1. And it's not about getting rid of the words completely, we just don't want them to be readable, I suppose. I mean, mine's is a microwave cookbook, so probably better if the microwave instructions aren't on the Christmas card or the gift tag. I do like it when there's pictures in it though, because it gives you a little something different, you know, in the background. It makes it a bit more interesting. Okay, so my paint is dry. I have my paint cup with water. Now, this paintbrush that I use, it's an old stiff one where I've actually cut it, acrylic paint had dried on it, so the top's been cut off, and I find this works amazingly with stencils, much better than the softer ones. I also keep my brush quite dry. Obviously, you have to wet it. It needs to be damp, but I got an old towel offcut that I use for when I'm painting. So when I did this, what I did was I did the borders first, but this time I'm just going to do the interiors and then we'll do the borders after. I have also drawn the lines on the outside and I folded them in quarters as well. I didn't fold these because I didn't want to put fold marks on here, but just put them in the outside as well, just to keep us, you know, it's belts and braces approach, so we don't lose our work and have to measure again, because I'm lazy and don't want to measure again. So what I thought was we could kind of do a more traditional kind of vintage style colours in one, and a kind of blue, silver and white, so a kind of Snow Queen style on the other. So I have these mandala stencils. They didn't cost much on Amazon, but the interiors are like snowflakes. But really using anything repetitively that's got wee edges, like a flower stencil or something, just using the middle bit of it, is going to give you a snowflake look, and that's the design we're going to use today. Happy with that. Obviously, you need to let the paint dry between shots. So I'm going to use some silver for the blue one. And I'm just going to do exactly the same as I did before. So it's quite subtle just now. And for this one, I'm going to use gold. I think that's quite an even distribution. This one's worked out really nice. Okay, I have this little stencil for the, basically to go over these green bits, but it's like little bubbles and tinsels on the tree. I have red because these are decorations on the tree, so I just keep it quite narrow, I suppose, and I don't try and define, you know, like I don't try and define full circle and star shapes. I just let it give the suggestion of it. Right, I'm going to attempt to use grey for this one. have it. A couple of little Christmas cards. Well, they're actually very big Christmas cards because I must judge the size when I cut them. So, I probably cut them at A6 size roughly. So the card, when you start to put on the layers, you know, to create nice borders, to create the presentation of a card, this ended up, I had to use an A4 sheet of paper just to accommodate this. So I would say something probably half that size would have been made a more standard size card. My tags as well, quite long and thin. Probably could have been a bit shorter. However, it really doesn't matter. They just, you know, you can always shorten them down, like the ones that I showed earlier that were more square. It's just so happened this is the way it was. So I chose the kind of music with the white background to keep it quite crisp for the blue one. And I think it's worked really well. For the green one, I feel that I made the border of the green a bit too big and it has kind of taken over a wee bit. And I also think using the raw umber, the brown at the start, I think maybe using the cream colour may have worked better because I feel like overall it's just a bit dark. But I'm still really happy with it. And obviously you could put Merry Christmas. I put just little bits in the back that you can write a wee to and from message to, or you could do it on the front. It's just whatever suits you. But they're just some ideas that can be done with in a more sustainable way, so that you're using stuff that you've got, like packaging from the you know, stuff that you buy online, and book pages from books that are either damaged or you're not using anymore. And acrylic paint, I don't think the watercolour would take as well to the glossy pages, but I would say that kids paint would work. You would just have a longer drying time between generally. But yeah, I'm really happy with them. Obviously if you were to bring in things like stamping inks and more like using, you know, like cutting tools, basically using stuff that's not just the basics, you know, it would enhance them. But I think they're lovely the way they are, and I think it's a big part of their appeal. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you soon, and take care. Bye.